Okay, we're here in the National Library in Lithuania, where they have a very impressive collection of books that are stamped and were owned by some of the all-time great giants. We're going to start with this volume. This volume is Mahari Korkus on the Rambam Hilchos Ram, which was owned by Rabbi Chanan Wasserman Baranowitz. It even has his address. This is the personal stamp of Rabbi Chanan Wasserman. Throughout the book, his stamp appears numerous times. Rabbi Chanan Wasserman, if you want to write a letter, he lives on 30 Herbiuaska Street. Okay, that was Rabbi Chanan's address. Also, we have the name of a family member, Naftali Wasserman. These two volumes were owned by the Rosh Yeshiva of Telz, Rabbi Meir Blach. Here you have one of his stamps in red. You have another stamp in purple. Ram B'Yeshiva HaKadosh de Telz, Rabbinus E.M. Blochas Telsai. This volume, this amazing volume, was given to the Rav of Vilna, the great Cheshek Shloimeh. So you have an inscription here, Mincha hi shlucha l'chvad yedidi harav aganim forsam, kesar haTorah Shloimeh HaKoyen depai. And inside you have the stamp of Reb Shloimeh HaKoyen of Vilna's son, Rav Ram Yaakov ben Agon Reb Shloimeh HaKoyen Vilna. Okay, we're moving on. This volume was given as a gift to Rabbi Yitzchak Elchanan Spector. Okay, imagine this was given to Rabbi Yitzchak Elchanan Spector from the Mechaber. Moreno Rabbi Yitzchak Elchanan Spector, Meis HaMechaber, Berigshe Kavod Ha'av Oisoi B'chol Lev, from the author of Hashchita V'Habedika. Okay, we are moving along to the personal library of the Panovich Rav. So this is just Oitzar from the Yeshiva Gedolei the Panovich. This was owned by the Yeshiva, but this is the Panovich Rav's own personal volume of the Ramchal. You would not have expected the Panovich Rav to have a copy, not of the Seforim Ramchal, and not specifically of this Sefer. This is Sefer Kinas Hashem Tzavakos, about learning Kabbalah. And also the Sefer Klach Pesachei Chachma, 138 rules of the Ramchal on the principles of Kabbalah. This is the personal volume of Kabbalah of the Panovich Rav. We also want to point out a Sefer given to Reb Chaim Oizer, Sefer Tzedakah Mishpat, given to Reb Chaim Oizer, L'maylas Kvod Rav Agoin Ha'adar Mefursam Chaim Oizer Grozinski. Speaking about Reb Chaim Oizer, you have the volume of Chevra Mishnayos of all Jews in Vilna who agreed to learn Mishnah, and under the letter Ches you have the first entry on the letter Ches of Harav Hagoin Reb Chaim Oizer ben Reb David Shlomo Grozinski. He was a member of the Chevra Mishnayos. That means he committed himself to study the Mishnah. He committed himself to support anyone in the city who lost a relative, and the so to speak, the bylaws of being a member of this chevra are over here. You have 8 laws, and probably most interesting is, as we mentioned, we were outside the Strashun library. Here are 2 examples of volumes owned by the Strashun library with the seal of Ramat Yisrael Strashun. So after he passed away, they stamped it that this is part of his collection. Here in the library, they have over 1,000 volumes from the Strashun library. Choisam shel beis eked hasfarim lahagoin hamanoach Ramat Yisrael Strashun. Then, of course, if you're interested in Einstein's theory of relativity, this was the only book ever written, or at least in time in Lashon HaKodesh, about Einstein's theory of relativity, where you have a letter where it says that the chief rabbi of Israel, Rabbi Dr. Yitzchak Isaac Halevi Herzog, read this book, and he says, Karasi as a sefer be'iyon haroi. He was ma'ayin into this book. V'ni'omer b'pemale ki amnam harbe karasi me'ein zeh be'anglis. He said, I've read a lot of theory of relativity in English. I never saw such a wondrous composition. Aside from its clarity and its presentation, says Rav Herzog, Chiba Yisera Noidasa Sefer Hazeh. It is extra beloved. Shu kasav bil shaynenu ha'ivris ve'erehu ma'asher es sifrusenu. It enriches our literature to have a book in Lashon HaKodesh about Einstein's theory of relativity. And thank you very much for allowing us not only to read these volumes, but to take them all home back to our house in the 5 towns. We appreciate Not the loan, we appreciate the gift. Thank you very much. And no. Thank you for your time. And if anybody wants to have a good read on the theory of relativity in Lashon HaKodesh, this is the volume to get.